So I did see the movie last night. It's just fantastic.
Thanks.
Oh, but first of all, congratulations on Carell Productions.
Yeah.
You did Crazy Stupid Love and then this movie.
Right.
Which is incredible. Being on the top of your game as an actor and a writer, doing a production company, was that a big leap or was that kind of a natural progression for you?
Well, it's something that I'd been thinking about for a while, and I guess it's a natural progression. It's one of those things I didn't know much about 10 years ago, what it would entail. But it's been great. It's been great to be able to select movies and to try to put them together and be, really what it does is enables me to be on the ground floor of something.
Create what you want, right?
Yeah, basically.
You did something else too, which is interesting. You brought Don in as your director. Now you kind of came from television. And Don is somebody that's super, super successful in TV with Emmys and everything he's done on 30 Rock and like that. Did you have that in mind when you brought him on as director for this project, of where he came from and where you came from, perhaps?
Not really. It was more a result of just thinking he was the right guy. He was funny. He just seemed to have a nice touch. He had a good feel for the material. He seemed... One big thing for me is how nice people are and how easy they are to work with, and life's too short to be surrounded by jerks, and he's just a really
a cool
sweet,
dude, huh?
cool dude. And I mean, apart from being very talented, and I talked to Tina Fey, who'd worked with him a lot on 30 Rock, and she had nothing but the highest praise, so it seemed like a really good fit.
It's interesting that no one has done a movie about this before. Are you surprised by that?
Yeah, that's part of what intrigued me by it, because it seemed like a world that was ripe for a comedy, and I think it is. And what I also like about it is that it has a story. It's very silly and very funny, but there is a heart to it and a structure to it.
There's this, to me, this underlying message of following your bliss. And losing it and then getting it back. Is that kind of, am I almost there?
I think so, yeah. I think that is one of the themes. I think it's, this guy as a kid, finds something that helps define him, and then he loses it, and then the struggle is to find it again and renew the friendship.
To get that second act is amazing. This is one of the first movies that I've seen in a long time, too, where your costumes must have really helped you to shape your character.
It's hard not to act a certain way when you're wearing dark maroon velour. Yeah, I mean, you just carry yourself in a different manner when you have these big blonde wigs and sequins.
How do you not break character when you're looking at Steve and everybody else and you guys are dressed like this?
We did sometimes. I mean, I look over at Steve Buscemi and he looks ridiculous. Got his head of hair, and he's all sequined up, sequined bow tie, and you pinch yourself because it's so much fun. To be able to play like that and just be silly, but also have good dialogue and characters that, with any luck, people will care about, and identify with, as well as being fun and silly.
Lastly, we went to the David Copperfield Museum today.
I heard, yeah.
Have you ever been there?
I haven't yet, no.
If you go there, you would understand why your character had such a passion for magic.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable.
I've heard about it. He's sort of an archivist and a historian for magic.
Well, once again, the movie was fantastic, Steve. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Thank you.